Yeah, yeah.
But where's it at? Apps?
Sound? Control panel sound?
Let's see. Sound settings. Input. Here we go. All right.
Yeah.
That should be it.
Good.
This is but a test.
This is but a test of the dark side.
I am keeping that audio forever.
Let's I'll put that at the very beginning of the show.
This is but a test.
Start things off properly, actually.
All right.
That was nice. Taco, I'm
Yep.
glad you're here to hear that. You're here to hear that. This episode and all episodes sponsored by Liquid Death. Ready your thirst. Soberly.
All right. I'm rocking a cockins.
Okay. What?
It was a test. Good day, Galaxy.
I'm Batman.
We were Batman. Where were all the drugs going?
How did you guys do it? 3 friends against an empire. We had each other. I want to put that horrible line in other fandoms and see how it sounds. How did you defeat the Joker and save Gotham? Well, we had him. Me and Alfred, we had each other.
We had Alfred.
Me and Alfred, we were friends. I know he has to do what I say and I pay him, but we were friends.
I just want him to be truthful for once and be like, we had no fucking idea what we were doing. We were drunk.
We read the script, man. That's all I can say. Hey, I just forgot until this very moment that Andy Serkis is the Alfred in the upcoming The Batman.
Yeah. You
I'm
saw
looking forward to
the most recent?
Oh, was there a 4th one?
I think there was a thing that dropped yesterday or 2 days ago.
Shit, no, I
About
did
a
not
2.5, 3 minute long. Nothing too groundbreaking. A little more dialogue, I think. But
Okay. Oh
Yeah.
wait, there was a new version of it at the Super Bowl, wasn't there?
yeah, maybe that's when it
Maybe I did
dropped.
see that live.
I could be a few days off. Let's see here.
I was juiced when I saw it at the Super Bowl.
Juice
Even
and
though I
jazz.
knew it was coming, and I've seen like all 3 of the trailers multiple times, but I'm looking forward to it.
Dropped February 20th, so it's yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Newsies.
You know, I was mentioning this earlier today after watching that. The style and the theme of this one actually reminds me of Joker. The Joker film.
Yeah.
The way Batman comes up and it's a single color, and it's red, and the way how it's just kind of like a simplistic retro almost.
Yep.
And that's along the same vein. So I'm wondering if they're going to overlap at all, ever. Is Joker truly a standalone? I don't know.
Yeah, Joker was a weird. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while, but it was a weird one in that it was hard to pin down the era that it was in. You know,
Right.
like I
And
know
that's-
there's obvious parts where people have like a smartphone or whatever, but there's so much of it that just felt like 80s New York, like grimy 80s grungy New York. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I think it is like present time. So yeah, man, the Batman, and even the even down to the freaking Batmobile. Looks like a freaking Camaro.
That's true. Yeah, it does look just like a muscle car with spray paint on it. Yeah.
Yeah, which is sometimes what you don't need a freaking ice vessel inside the engine of the Batmobile.
It does feel kind of stripped down, a stripped down version of Batman. Not a ton of like gadgets, super gizmos and gadgets. That's where I was going. Shout out to Tommy Boy.
Shout out to Gremlins too.
Gremlins too with this
Gidgets.
Magneto.
Wait, is Gidget a real thing?
Gizmos and gadgets. I combined them.
Gidgets and Gazmos.
Oh, stop that. But yeah, I feel like watching these trailers. It's a stripped down version of Batman. He's not all high tech yet. He's just kind of putting the idea of Batman together, and you can kind of see him. And one of the main shots that makes me think that is there's one scene where he walks into a crime scene and they focus in on his boots, and it literally looks like he's just wearing like black Timberlands, and you're like, this dude's just kind of roughing it, like, well, especially for a guy named Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited because it could be kind of a stripped down, fun version. I'm excited. We haven't seen that. If you want to talk about
In a while,
version of Batman that we haven't seen, they all have their own aesthetic, but we haven't seen like Bruce Wayne put together the idea of what Batman is. It's always like we come in and we see his
Batman Begins,
die.
don't you think?
Yeah.
But it's not stripped down. It's very.
You know what Batman Begins does
military.
is it kind of builds the character of Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fair point, but
I haven't seen it in a long time.
I watched it not too long ago, and it was kind of one of those things like I'd rather just watch Dark Knight.
Yeah.
It has its place.
I guess maybe since Michael Keaton, it hasn't been very stripped down. Because he did have a lot of gimmicks, but at the end of the day, especially the first one, he's got his Batwing. And does he have like the submarine fucking thing in that one too, or is it just the Batwing?
No, he has the Batwing.
But he's not doing crazy superhero like things.
Yeah.
It is pretty much him just, punching guys. So we'll see. And then with a villain like the Riddler, I mean, you're not getting like interdimensional alien stuff and crazy tech. It's like mind games.
But yeah, mind play. That's what, and that's exactly, for how much I love Joker, the other one that can do Batman justice is Riddler. He will literally crumble Gotham and Batman just by asking questions.
Yeah, dude. What you have for breakfast?
And that's a very that's a talent. That's an evil. Just to be like, hey, bitch, this is the truth. What are you gonna fucking do about it? And Batman's like, this is the truth. I can't handle it.
Was the Riddler in the recent trailer? Or no? They still keeping him hidden?
A little, I think hidden. You see Batman kind of at a prison talking behind the glass,
okay,
like in the little phone booth things that they do, and he like smashes the glass in frustration. So I imagine he's talking to the Riddler, but
he's smashing glass in holding cells.
God damn it!
Whether with heads or with fists. I was wondering because I didn't see the trailer, but one of the guys in the chat posted about the guy who's playing the Riddler. Where's my webcam?
I just looked that up. An interesting choice. I'm not mad or happy about it. I'm excited more to see what happens.
And it's the preacher dude from There Will Be Blood, which was a wonderful performance. I
recognize him as one of the nerd sidekicks from Girl Next Door.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie in fucking forever.
Yeah, that's the one spot I knew him from. So it's kind of just like they're pulling from we don't know him that well, so it's exciting to see what he can do.
It actually makes me want to go back and rewatch that movie before the Batman. You know what else needs to be done before the Batman? If anyone's listening and hasn't checked out our fanboy commentary in a while, it probably doesn't tie in storyline wise at all with the new one, but we do have fanboy commentary for the 490s Batman flicks. So
yeah,
always worth giving those a rewatch and a re-listen.
I'm looking up. It says release date March 4th, which we're only like a fucking week away. I'm looking at showtimes already, and showtimes start locally on March 2nd. How the fuck does that work?
I've been annoyed about the goddamn midnight release shit since actually a long time ago in a galaxy far away when I went back to try to find a quote from episode like 11 of the podcast. We were complaining about this back then in 2014. It's been an ongoing irritation in my brain as like the midnight release is like at 3 p.m. the day before. And now it sounds like it's 2 days before.
It's 2 days. So there is a 7 p.m. local on March 2nd. March 3rd is jam fucking packed. Every hour and a half they're playing it at several theaters. So what's the point of saying a release date? There is no point.
Even the banner on Fandango homepage says only in theaters March 4th. First showtime, Wednesday, March 2nd. That's so fucking goofy. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to wait until Friday night.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's going to be a hell of a weekend. Then we got BT Bam on Saturday at the Newport.
Oh, sure.
It's going to be a goddamn time.
Yeah, I am looking at some of the pictures for the Batman. It looks. I'm excited, man. The one thing that I am interested is the relationship between him and Selena Kyle.
Always with Selena Kyle.
Well, there was, I guess, a dabble of sexual tension in Batman Returns, but it wasn't.
That's more than a dabble. They were making out by the King's fireplace.
Were they really? I guess they
yeah.
all. I'm stepping on my own toes because they all have a little bit of that. Because you forget about the blonde woman, Eminem's mother from 8 Mile.
The reporter. Yeah, the reporter.
Yeah, Yeah, so he was banging her. And the next one, he goes after Pussy Woman.
Is this a James Bond film now?
Yeah, and then he's got Rachel. The rest of the fucking way.
Well, there's still the girl in Batman Forever. I can't remember her name, the actress's name.
Oh, yeah.
And then in Batman and Robin, it's Poison Ivy. There's always a little sexual tension in
Jenny Craig.
Batman. Jenny Craig, yeah.
Wasn't that her?
What?
Wasn't Jenny Craig
Uma Thurman?
Uma Thurman? Which one of them?
Jenny Craig, is that an actual woman, or is that just that's a franchise of gyms, isn't it? Or like low carb muffins or something?
I don't know, but I just searched Jenny Craig Batman, and we're getting weird here.
Yeah, there's probably some weird shit there. I wouldn't go too far down that rabbit hole.
Oh man.
Yeah. Those. I'm gonna have to watch one of the fanboy commentaries. Those Batman and Robin just goes to a whole place. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it does take it to a weird, even for childhood us.
Yeah.
Back then we knew what the fuck is happening.
Yeah. I didn't throw it in. I should have, but we were up visiting my mom this weekend and looking through a bunch of old VHS tapes, like home videos and shit. And mixed in there was, I sent you guys a clip of one of our news videos back from high school, which was ridiculous. But also mixed in the VHS tapes was a copy of Batman Forever.
Just in case, yeah.
I should have thrown it in just to see what it looked like on VHS, just to get the real nostalgia feels. But I was obsessed with, dude, from 3 years old. I was in Batman. I was obsessed. I was inside Batman from 3 years old. I was in the Batcave. Watching Batman Returns at 4. Watching Selena Kyle and Batman make out on the couch.
What else you got to do on a Tuesday?
It is what it is.
On
a Tuesday.
Tell me about it. What are your top 3 most pivotal universes, characters from the 90s? Batman would clearly be one of ours.
Mm-hmm.
What would be maybe 2 others that just took you and ran with you? Dude,
there's so many.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about a lot of them, but
I instantly was like, oh, I know the next 2. Then I was like, wait, there's 7 more that I'm going to have to whittle down. I'd say Pokemon, definitely. And that was getting toward the end of the decade, but definitely Pokemon.
Yeah, if there was anything maybe earlier than Batman for me, it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That was going to be my third one.
And then my other one, yeah, I mean, it's hard to say not Pokemon, but the other one I will say is Power Rangers for sure. I think
It's
Power
hard
Rangers,
to pick, you know?
Power Rangers was a bigger thing earlier. Pokemon didn't launch till like, what, 97, 98?
I always forget which comes first. I think it was the show first in 96. Or the game first in 96. Something like that.
And then the show was like 97. Yeah, I mean, you got to think the Power Rangers movie was out by 95.
Oh, man. That's right. And all those classic cups from Burger King.
Dude,
those?
you know how much those things are worth?
My wife actually, for my birthday last year, got me, not Power Rangers, but it was an old school Return of the Jedi glass from, it was a giveaway at some fast food. I can't remember. It was either McDonald's or Burger King.
Mm-hmm.
But it was cool, man, retro style. And I still am convinced, I argue about this every time I see my mom, but I know she got rid of all my shit. But I had all of those collectible Pokemon or Power Rangers glasses.
With the
from Burger
glasses,
King or McDonald's.
what I was thinking of was the cups with the helmets as the lid of the cup.
Yeah, but I think they were glass, right? I think
The
they were
top?
like mugs.
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of like Star Wars versions of it because I remember like a Jar Jar head.
Jar. I'm going to say Burger King Power Rangers cups.
Power
And it might
Ranger.
not be Burger King. It might be McDonald's. McDonald's. Yeah, because that was the first time. I mean, I couldn't go to YouTube and like look at trailers and stuff. So when I got those cups as the promo and like the drive-through, I was like, "Oh, there's new Zords." Like that's when you first saw the frog and shit. Was with those goddamn cups. Now let's see what we got going on here. I could be, you know how funny memory is, especially when nostalgia is mixed in. I might be making this entire thing up.
Yeah,
Let's
you
see.
were on another level over here.
Nope. Here we go. Oh, that's Flintstones. God damn it. It was like this though, but the mugs were like in the shape of their Zords. I swear this was a thing. Oh man. Now I'm looking like, oh, you know what? It was Batman Forever. And we were just talking about that. I mixed them up in my head. It was these. I had all of these. Riddler, Two-Face, Batman, and someone else. Man, what a time to be alive, dude.
Oh yeah.
There it is, Two-Face, baby.
Pink Ranger.
That was a whole mood, man.
I tell you what, I was trying to think of like my earliest crush from like TV shows and movies and all that. And while Pink Ranger might have been the earliest, I'll tell you what, man.
April O'Neil.
That's actually no April O'Neil now.
Mhm.
She's my crush now. Topanga was on
Dude.
another fucking level. Like
Yep.
Kimberly was like, "Whoa, girls are hot," and then Topanga was like, "Whoa."
Well, it might have been a timing thing because Boy Meets World was a little later, wasn't it? Like later 90s.
Yeah, let's look it up.
So we're getting more into like the 13-year-old territory.
Yeah,
12,
Boy Meets
whatever.
World.
Yeah, it could be. I could be way off.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
that show
way
went for
early.
like 8 years.
1993 it started.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, I grew up with Corey Matthews. You know.
We all did. Ben Savage.
Yeah, dude. What a savage. Truly.
Have you ever seen that movie with, I forget if is it him or his brother? That's
Yeah, Austin Powers Gold member.
no, what's the movie with Howie Mandel?
No idea.
Little Monsters. Little Monsters has Ben Savage, Howie Mandel, and Fred Savage. Oh yeah, they're brothers in it.
They're brothers in real life too.
Oh my god, you can't
You can't do that.
you can't do that. Yeah, Little Monsters. First of all, it's a weird movie. They all are.
I
1981.
never heard of it. Yeah.
Howie Mandel plays a blue monster that lives under one of the kids' beds.
Bro, what is
And,
happening in,
yeah,
in your description right now?
Look up Little Monsters, dude.
I will. IMDb is going to take all of the RAM on my goddamn computer. Little Monsters. See it? This site is out of control.
There it is. There's a picture of Howie Mandel. He plays the blue monster.
Oh God, what?
But he's like a punk monster.
Yeah, it looks like punk Beetlejuice.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, dude. It's weird. Oh, it's also got the fuzzy head dad from Home Alone. Marv. Marv is the dad.
Nice.
So Marv plays the dad. Then Ben
Okay.
Savage and Ricky Romano, whatever the fuck his brother's name is.
You changed his last name to try to call out his brother? Why would
It's-
they have different last names?
So what ends up happening is Howie Mandel, the monster. I'm not even sure what the fuck the monster's name is. I forget.
Monster.
But they go into the monster world, and the monster world's under attack because there's like an evil monster. And I guess from a certain point of view, monsters are just like normal beings. They just live in like a trash heap, and they go about their life. But there
is
is
this a prequel to Monsters Inc.?
that's it. I was gonna say that, but yeah. So Ben Savage helps Howie Mandel beat the evil monster in the monster realm, which
Interesting.
I'm assuming from somehow, some way, both realms were involved or in danger. So
They had the multiverse back in 1989.
they were ready, man. They were on top of it. Ben Savage, and there's a Savage, and there's Brother Savage.
I always feel like I want to watch some of those goofy films that I maybe haven't seen in forever or never seen.
But then again,
But
you don't want to waste your time.
my list of real films that I still need to watch is so long. So we need to initiate like a weekly movie night here in the household. And just make some popcorn and watch something, not Marvel, not new Star Wars, not whatever. Just I'm gonna go through my list and we're gonna pick something out. I'll let the wife pick.
The other thing I would like to do is just not watch the same shit over and over, even though that's what I do anyways.
It's such a bad habit, dude.
It is. It is. I feel like you have to be mentally prepared to watch something new. You have to invest mental energy. And if you're not going to do that, there's no point in putting something on because then you're just not going to pay attention. So, yeah, I feel it. So that's
I say that as we have two shows right now that we're watching, two new ones.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. If I'm just like I'm about to eat and I need to turn something on, I'm just like Always Sunny again. For the
Waterboy. I just have Waterboy on repeat.
Always Waterboy. Cooler.
Well, then spitting a cooler. Beetlejuice Taco says prankster monster. Beetlejuice is another one that I loved as a kid.
All I remember is the what's the Jamaican song that they sing around the dinner table? Hey Banana, Mr. Banana, something like that, with Catherine O'Hara. That's the only thing I remember from that movie. I haven't seen it since I was like 4.
It's fun. I'll say that. It's definitely worth a rewatch, and it's not as bad as you would think. It lives up a lot better than you would expect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Batman plays Beetlejuice in that one, so it's fucking awesome.
Did you hear that Batman's going to play Batman in the next Batman?
Yeah.
Does The Flash come out this year? Wasn't there a whole big DC promo at the Super Bowl? We got like Batman, Flash, Black Adam, right? And then there's a fourth one? I thought they were coming on strong this year with 4 movies. And The Flash is when we're going to get Flashpoint, and we're going to get all the Batmans are coming back to be Batman.
Batman, Black Adam, The Flash, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and then in development we have Batgirl, Blue Beetle, Wonder Woman 3, and more Batmans, and Green Lantern, and Supergirl, and Cyborg, and Black Hawk, and a Jared Leto Joker project, and Joker 2.
I'm for it, dude. Give me everything.
Dude, are they doing Joker 2?
Hell yeah.
This is the first I've heard of it.
Well, actually, as you went through that list, I haven't seen a single goddamn about Aquaman 2 at all.
Yeah, but fuck that.
I mean, I'm interested in it. I love Jason Momoa, and I love the idea of the character. I just don't like the first one that much.
Yeah, after watching the Snyder cuts, I'm more interested in Cyborg. I feel like they can flesh that out a little more.
Yeah, he seemed like almost unstoppable.
Yeah, he's basically unstoppable.
Like, let me just think about something, and then my body can do it now.
Also, I know nothing about Blue Beetle, so sign me up. So,
Like-
and Shazam, dude, I can't believe you still haven't seen Shazam. It's such just like a solid movie.
True. Yeah, it's on my list still. I think there's one other DC film I haven't seen. I got caught up on Marvel finally, but there's Shazam, and there was one other thing I haven't even seen yet.
Oh, you haven't seen Detective Pikachu?
Well, I was talking about DC, but yes, that's correct. Hey, I'll have to watch that. Well, she's a little too young to like pay attention to a movie.
Matilda. Buddha says Matilda.
Dude,
Man,
we
these
did
are
rewatch
classic.
that a couple months ago. It's really funny.
Well, yeah, Danny DeVito's in it.
I think he directed it too. It's funny and creepy and heartwarming, all at the same time. And weird. It's got like I could be wrong about him directing it. I
think you lied.
I might have lied. Why did I think he was like high tied into it besides being the main character?
You
Or,
wrote
like,
it.
Yeah, director Danny DeVito.
Wow.
Yeah, I was not right. Not wrong.
What else does he have under his directorial?
That's a good question. I was also just going to say I felt like it had weird like Tim Burton moments in it.
Oh yeah, when she gets put into that spike cage by fucking
Just fucking Iron Maiden and
Matruce.
that's so savage, dude.
Yeah.
Savage.
What's the principal's name?
Miss Trunchbull or something.
Trunchbull. Dude, the other weird scene was when she forces that kid to eat the cake.
Trunchbull. Yeah.
That's another one where it's like and then you're like, "Oh my god, what the fuck is this?"
And then he turns it around and he's victorious. Let's see. Anything on Danny DeVito's director credit? Matilda, there's not much. Not much that I recognize, at least. A couple episodes of Taxi that he was in. And a bunch of things I've never heard of before. Yeah.
You liar.
It's true. It's true, man. It's true.
Oh, podcast points. Let's see what I'm forgetting here. Oh.
No, that's it for DC, I think. If you haven't seen Spider-Man yet, won't talk about Marvel.
No, and Spider-Man, I do have a date for it, so I'll be seeing it next Tuesday. It's getting released. So
Yes. Hell yeah.
I'm
I'm excited to see that again.
Yeah, I've heard just blatant great things. So I'm
Dude,
excited.
it beat someone. Hey, Jamie, look that up. Fact check me on this. I think it beat Infinity War's opening weekend.
Yeah, I think you said that on the show here.
Obviously not all time sales and whatever, but opening weekend.
Yeah, opening weekend.
Fuck. Yeah, I'm excited, dude. And Doctor Strange looks so good. Oh, we didn't talk about last week? Because I didn't notice it until like the day after that we recorded, there's a voice in the Doctor Strange trailer.
Yeah, I didn't know what you were talking about. I've only seen it once, and I didn't. Yeah, what is it?
So I can't remember what he says. It's like, hello, Steven, or something subtle. But I heard it, and I was like, I know that voice. I can't think of the actor. And then I forgot about it because the Super Bowl was on. And then I watched an Easter egg video or whatever, like predictions, and it's fucking Patrick Stewart. It's fucking Professor Xavier. Yeah. Like, how is that not a bigger deal?
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah. So that's why, well, I don't
How
want to
does
say
it-
too much. You do
so
have to see
that's-
Spider-Man, but
That's their leak. That's how they're bringing the X-Men in. That the X-Men are from an alternate universe. That
well, yeah, again, I don't want to say too much without you seeing Spider-Man first, but yeah, the idea is that with the multiverse, once it's a thing, is that people can kind of leap over from alternate timelines.
Yeah.
If there are like holes in the universe or whatever. But yeah, so
that's
like
huge.
there's people are talking about like animated things could cross over into the actual movie. So like you could see like Spider-Verse things happening in Doctor Strange. I don't know. It's open. But yeah, that's got me hyped. It's got me excited. Because I was thinking like we would have a number of years before they bring the X-Men into the fold, but maybe it's happening soon. Maybe it's just maybe it's fake. Maybe it's fake out.
Matt says he thought the voice was Adam Sandler. Daddy.
If Paul Rudd can be a superhero, I wouldn't
tell you
mind
what.
seeing Adam Sandler in the MCU.
What's your least favorite casting for any superhero?
Arnold as Mr. Freeze.
Oh, I mean, you're not.
I mean, it's fun to laugh about.
I will take Arnold as Mr. Freeze, but Jim Carrey as a Riddler was even worse to me.
Yeah, it was definitely he was definitely going for something. It was so I feel like I don't know much about the lore, but I feel like the Riddler's not that exuberant. He's more like fucking with you, playing games behind the scenes. And that one, he was like he was like if Riddler was an influencer on Instagram, that's what he was like.
ADHD,
in Batman Forever, like
on coke.
yeah, as if he's being filmed at all times. Like, I need this suit, I need the question marks, everything's bright green. I invented this device that hooks your mind up to a goddamn TV or whatever. I can't remember what it was. I tuned out hard on that one last time. It got so weird so quick.
Yeah.
I don't think I've watched it since we recorded the commentary.
You shouldn't. That's the worst one, and that's saying something because Mr. Freeze is in the next one. I can't watch Forever, and oddly enough, that was my favorite one as a kid.
Same.
I think it was all timing though.
Right.
Like,
I had watched better.
I had watched the first one and enjoyed Returns, but I feel like Forever was the first time I was like, "Oh, fucking Batman!" Like,
yeah.
Oh, and plus, I wanted all the toys from the movie.
There were a lot of cool toys. Yeah. The Batmobile on that one was pretty cool.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the one with like it had that glowing like
blue.
Yeah, in the center, which was dope. And Tommy Lee Jones was cool, but
Tommy Lee Jones,
Val Kilmer, no. Jim Carrey, no. Tommy Lee Jones, yes, I'm here for that. That was a fun performance. He was unhinged.
Man, Tommy Lee Jones, you throwing that out there? I don't know why my mind just fucking went blank. Like I know who he is, but I didn't. I guess what I want to say is I didn't realize Two-Face was K from Men in Black.
Yeah.
Like if you would have asked me who played K K, I would have been like Tommy Lee Jones, and then Two-Face, Tommy Lee Jones. But I didn't realize the movie connection. Like,
sorry, but you brought up Men in Black, and I just thought going back to Marvel, that's a Marvel property. Like, there could be Men in Black crossovers into the goddamn MCU at some point.
Jesus.
Fucking Howard the Duck, Spider-Verse, original X-Men cartoon. They could do... Oh, sorry. There's just so much potential.
Did you ever
feel... Go ahead.
Did you ever see the newer Men in Black with Thor in it?
I did not.
Good.
No.
Me neither.
Thor and Valkyrie. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
No, I did not see it.
Wait. So Thor exists, the actor exists in two MCU things. Two Marvel.
Technically, I do think that Men in Black is originally a Marvel thing, a Marvel project, through their subsidiaries and whatnot.
That's the Men in. I didn't realize it was a comic book series first. Yeah, so publisher Marvel Comics. Publication date 1990. So I want to find these fucking comics now.
Hell yeah.
The Men in Black.
Shinobi, thanks for coming back. Boba Fett is over. We're talking about Batman and Men in Black now.
Yeah.
It's always safe to stay in nostalgia territory, right? Let's just talk about the 90s forever. Nothing's going to get any better than that anyways, huh?
Men in Black is up there for me. That was another one that like kicked me in the ass.
It holds up too. Like there's a couple weird CGI moments, like the alien at the beginning when they like unzip him or whatever. There's a few little weird, ILM was like just about to really crush it. But other than that, like the acting and the humor and everything just holds up so well.
Oh yeah. Yep. I'm gonna admit something here because I was a fairly sheltered kid in the music realm. Um,
You're just
Men
forced
in
to listen to classic rock all day.
Dude, it was classic rock and then like Shania Twain. Those were the only things that I was introduced to from my parents. So, admittedly, Men in Black was like the first time I had heard any type of like rap in a
Yeah.
in a movie.
Yeah.
So, my introduction, and, I had probably heard it, but I never paid attention to it and enjoyed it in the way that Men in Black made me. So, yeah, I mean, Will Smith introduced me to like hip hop and rap through his like rap at the end of the movie.
Let me get a little discography action right here because Will Smith might be my intro into rap as well.
He was pretty early on. He had that early
Big Willie style.
Big Willie
that was
style.
97. Okay, so it wasn't that early.
That was early for me.
It still might have been. I mean, I was 9. I guess that was about the same time.
Oh yeah. And I didn't like explore music until probably early teens. Like truly just go out and like listen to random shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was definitely 97 easily my introduction to that.
Yeah, I remember getting in arguments with my parents because they were like, "You can't be listening to that. It's explicit and this and that." And I was like, I went quickly from being into Will Smith to going to like all of the Puff Daddy crew and then like DMX and just crazy shit.
That's funny
And they're
because
like-
I think Puff Daddy was probably my second from Godzilla when he redid
dude.
or Come With Me.
I was going through YouTube and just looking up a bunch of old like 90s TRL stuff, Total Request Live, and
Yeah.
watching music videos for like Mo Money, Mo Problems and All About the Benjamins and stuff. Man, dude. They had so many hits back then. Just sampling all of those old tunes.
Mm-hmm.
And they just, just song after song. It
Puff was
epic.
good at that, where he never wrote a song. He just sampled every fucking thing and just put Biggie over it. And you're like, oh, this. Is
Well,
a hit.
that's such a big thing in hip hop, anyways. But
True.
for some reason, his were. I feel like he kept so much of the original song in there.
Mhm.
Like "Been Around the World" is "Let's Dance" by David Bowie. It's just a little slower, and it's got some like extra, like an 808 on it or whatever. It's like so close to the original.
Mhm.
I think I don't know. It just hit differently than just taking like a horn part and like throwing it over a drum beat or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there was some crazy shit back then. So good.
It's weird how, I mean, I'm sure that's a commonplace thing where people are introduced to different musics through films, popular films.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, the soundtrack thing is kind of dead now, isn't it?
Isn't
that used to
weird?
be huge.
I'll say this. Now that we're talking about soundtracks and stupid shit like this,
Music. This is a music podcast.
I threw on. My wife went out with a friend this weekend, so I stayed home, and I had a couple hours where the kid went down, and I was like, you know what? What's a long movie that I haven't seen for a while and I can just put on? And randomly on HBO, I came across Rocky, and I was like, fuck it, I'll put on Rocky. You know what? I've never really sat down and watched Rocky, and I know it's great, so I want to sit down. It felt really weird to me, not in a bad way, just different. It felt weird, and I couldn't put my thumb on it. And I finally thought, there's no fucking music in this entire movie until he starts training or fighting. So the other hour and a half is literally silence with just conversations.
Really?
And I thought to myself, my God, like, first of all, how did they get away with this and it become that big? Because nowadays, if you would try to do something like that, it would, again, it felt so weird and so glaring to me.
Yeah.
It felt like there was an hour straight where he was doing random shit, talking, having conversations, going to the bar and all this shit. And I was like, I haven't heard a single fucking note for 53 minutes. And it's weird to me.
That's the vibe they were going for, man. Put you on edge. Yeah, they did that a lot in older movies where the score is not as prominent. And there's been like I can't think of any off the top of my head, but movies like that where it's so the lack of music makes it feel so slow in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know, I don't. I don't know. I don't need like a clickbait opening of a movie, but I do need to be a little engaged here or I'm just going to tune out. And there's been a couple, like, I was looking up gangster movies, and I think one was, um, what is it? Once Upon a Time in America? No, that's not a real thing, is it? What am I thinking of? To Live and Die in America? I can't remember. But it was like a 70s, not The Godfather. And yeah, I could not get into it, man.
A lot of walking and talking.
A lot of walking and talking, and
You know
like
what?
long, slow pans across a room
Yeah.
with no sound, and there's like a phone ringing for an hour and a half. I was like, okay.
It's a very visual thing, which sounds funny because you're watching a movie, but you don't realize how much audio is involved in making a film.
Oh, a lot. Yeah.
You know, there was
Just look at
a
Star Wars.
shot. There was a shot where Rocky was getting in an argument with like an old trainer. The old trainer's like 75 years old. They're yelling at each other through a door, and the long story short, the old guy leaves, and there's a shot on the street where the guy exits the apartment and the guy's walking away from the camera, and Rocky comes out, and you see Rocky run up to the guy and kind of pat him on the shoulder, and I'm sorry, dude. It was like a 5-minute long thing where there wasn't even dialogue because it was such a long shot where you just saw the old guy walk out, stop, and almost turn around. Nah, fuck Rocky. And he kept walking. And Rocky comes out and puts his hand on his shoulder. And it's like, my God, there's so much being said here without anything being said. It's kind of
Right.
fun. But at the same time, like,
Yeah.
something needs to happen. But I don't know. I feel so many different ways about it because it's unique. I'll say that.
Maybe got to be in the right mindset for it. And then I think about that. I'm also like, I'm not like a huge film buff. So I guess I don't really feel as obligated to, soak this up as I would. I'm like, I got other things to watch. Let me go back to Always Sunny again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And admittedly, I didn't even finish the movie because it is quite
Did you
long.
like it at all or what? I've never seen Rocky.
I enjoy it. And I think... we throw Sylvester Stallone in the realm with Arnold. Sylvester Stallone's a much better actor. I'm not going to sit here and say he's great. But, on a surface where he can play just kind of a mumbling, broken, fighter, yeah, perfect. That's what he is. And, he it's not so much that he, like, takes you out of the part, where Arnold takes you out of the part. Very much so for most of the time, except for when he's playing a fucking robot. So
yeah, I think Terminator's one of the only times where I'm not like, oh, that's Arnold. I mean,
Right.
no, that's not true. I know it's him, but at least it makes sense. Good call, James Cameron. Yeah, man. Do you back to the multiverse thing? I know that has no connection with Rocky. I'm just thinking about movies in general, like new films. I feel like sometimes in new movies, it's like we're not as concerned about the plot or the characters. It's more so, I guess, fan service is what I would say. Like there's almost like an element of like the whole point of this film is to set you up for a surprise that you didn't expect. And there's like a big reveal or there's like a Easter egg or like a post-credit scene. And that is kind of taking precedence in new franchises over like the individual movies themselves. Do you feel like that at all?
yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to try to simplify it for myself and maybe for you guys. I feel like movies nowadays are trying to connect with the viewer, whereas there's a whole realm out here that is movies that are trying to make the viewer feel something. And I feel like they can and will overlap a lot, but the focus is more to connect and be familiar with the audience, which is a great aspect. But you also need to make you feel something, feel upset, and I do think they are separate, and there is a separate focus. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, like the story you can throw out like the jump. I don't know. The bomb drops are gonna make you feel something, I guess, but it's more in like a oh shit, I didn't realize that can happen with this, and oh god, and this character, and you're like, yeah, but like, where's the emotion? You're excited because you
Right.
recognize, not because the story is
Right.
in awe, making you be in awe. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I guess the best movies nowadays are ones that can do both well, which is not every single time. And
But
on
I
one
think
hand, I'm like people complain about I've heard complaints about Marvel. It's just like, they're just cranking them out so they can, get as much as they can out of the IP, and people just eat it up because it's the same formula, blah, blah, blah. And I get that on one hand, but I'm like, you can't have like a 50 film franchise where all 50 films are like a 9 out of 10.
sure.
So it's
They
just
got
going to
pretty close.
be, what's that?
I said they got pretty close.
They are,
Captain
they're
Marvel
not,
was at 8 out of 10.
they're not too far off.
That was their swing and a miss.
Right. Iron Man 3 is like 7 out of 10. But you're going to have like some casualties there where, yeah, some movies are going to feel like that. But I think they have a pretty good track record. I think the best movies do it well. They do both things well. I think Spider-Man's in that. The new Spider-Man's in that camp.
A lot of I think
and
that's
Infinity War and everything.
I think that's what Disney has always done well, though. Like even with their animated child films. Like
Yeah, that's a weird one too because they're like Easter eggs of like just pop culture, like real life Easter eggs.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
right.
Like they're
right.
not calling back to like a previous, like Toy Story 2 is not. Well, I guess it is. Toy Story 2 is not breaking the multiverse, but it's like Easter eggs for the parents of like real life things.
Yeah, you recognize what's going on in the film is actually going on outside. So
Right.
Yeah. No, it's and I would argue Disney's always done that well. Now it's not all knocks out of the park, like you said, but it's
Right. No one's got.
they've
a perfect
always
track record.
they've always been on that track. Yeah, yeah. I don't know Disney, Star Wars. Where the fuck, I mean, if you want to point fingers at something, Star Wars, I feel like is the glaring thing that is along one vein, the vein of
Fandom.
being familiar, fandom, connected.
Mm-hmm.
Where making me feel something has kind of just been left. The way when I get excited, it's because I recognize something or realize a plot, string is being connected. I don't know.
I feel like Mando had a pretty good balance. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't as good as some other movies or whatever have been, but Mando had a pretty good balance. Boba Fett, not so much. I feel like Boba Fett was scared to try to be its own thing and make you feel a certain way, and it relied. Basically, it's like the only way this show survives and gets any views is because it has things that you already know inside of it.
Yeah.
And whereas I've talked to a lot of people that were like, I haven't seen Star Wars since like the original 3 back when I was a kid, but I'm into the Mando and I love it. Like it's got a lot of people that have never seen it before or like maybe felt kind of tuned out back into the mix, which is awesome.
Yeah, I'm happy I had this conversation with someone recently, and he said, "Oh man," because he just found out that I was a huge Star Wars fan, and he's like, "Oh, what'd you think about Boba?" And I said, you know what I told him? I was like, "Why don't you tell me first? Like,
Yes.
what did you feel?" And he's
Thank
like,
you.
"Dude, I
I do that a
loved it." He's like, "I loved it. The last episode was fucking awesome." And I was like,
That's
"I'm
good.
glad. I'm happy." And he's an old school fan. He's an OT fan. So
Right.
and he's not like not a fan of the rest. He just grew up with the.
Yeah.
So, it was kind of nice to hear him say that because, I think we're both guilty of taking it too seriously, and trying to just let it go. But then again, nothing's above criticism, and there are expectations. But the expectations aren't even like for Star Wars; they're for current films. It's not like,
Yeah. It's a bit of both, I think. Yeah.
Well, it's because Star Wars is a current film. I feel like, or current media.
Well, yeah.
There are things that you do in films nowadays that Star Wars hasn't been doing because it's basing all of its stuff in their legacy, the legacy of what Star Wars was, and it's like, yeah, I don't. Like you're getting more and more disconnected is all I'll say, because OT is lovely, but it's dated. And then when I don't know. It was, long story short, the guy I was talking to, it was nice to hear him say that he really liked it. And he said most of it he really he said maybe one episode was really weird, and I was like, oh, it's probably the chase scene one, but
Yeah. I'm glad when people like things. I'll never complain about someone liking something. Like we can, talk about style and I, prefer this over that, but the fact that someone is into it and is watching it is like amazing. Regardless of our criticism, I don't think I would ever like tell someone not to watch it or like,
oh yeah, watch it.
Right. The worst I've said is like wait until the finale and watch them all at once instead of
don't waste your time.
week. That's all I've said really, Don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time. Turn it off.
Watch episode 5 and 6. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, they really were kind of, I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing because I feel like the highlights of that show were drawing people back into the stuff that you love. Hey, it's Luke Skywalker, baby. 1983 again. Let's go. 1983, man.
Oh man, I don't.
Boba Fett's got you fucking tired, man.
Take a deep breath, geez, Mopar. Great timing on that.
You weren't even that mad. You've been madder before.
Yeah,
you've been madder than that.
Yeah, I was upset. I'm still upset about Boba.
I'm upset, but I've I don't want to say I've forgotten about it, as in I've forgotten about the show altogether, but it's not like I'm seething over it for like weeks at a time,
Yeah.
Which I have in the past about certain things, but
we also have stuff coming out soon.
Yeah, dude.
So there's other stuff
Elden
that'll
Ring,
take my mind.
Batman, Moon Knight is all coming right up.
Obi-Wan.
Well, it's a little short term. Midterm, medium term.
Midterm. I just had college flashbacks. I almost fuck, God. What I got to study?
Shit, no.
What did I forget?
Do you remember anything from college?
No, not a single thing. No.
It's so weird, dude.
I mean, there are no joke entire classes I don't remember. I don't remember.
It's hard giving advice. Like my brother's in college right now, so my mom will be like, you got to check on him and make sure he's doing his homework and getting grades and exams. And I'm just like, dude, I didn't go to English class. I don't really know what I can tell you. Anything that wasn't part of like the major, I was phoning it in. I was Cliff Notes books. I was, I would rent books in the library instead of buying them. I would look stuff up online instead of reading the book. It wasn't happening.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't remember entire classes. I don't remember going, and I know I was there because I would skip class on a regular, but I know I was there, and I like if I looked at a curriculum or a
syllabus?
Not even a syllabus, a list of classes, my schedule.
Oh.
I wouldn't be able to be. First of all, I would have no idea who taught the fucking class. I wouldn't know what building it was in, and I would have no idea who sat by me or who. No fucking idea. And then you want to ask me what did I learn in that class, dude? It doesn't exist in my mind. I wasn't there.
You got to clear out the hard drive, dude.
I got to clear the cache, man. I got to get rid of it all.
Which is funny because then I go back. My daughter's obsessed with Pokemon, so we watch Pokemon, and every time, who's that Pokemon? I know all of them.
It's easy.
I got room for that, but fucking Frankenstein, I don't remember what happened.
Frankenstein.
There's a Frankenstein and there's a monster. That's all I know. Get it? Because the monster's not called Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah.
The doctor's called Frankenstein.
Dr. Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
So I brought up a list.
You always have a list. I want to hear it.
You don't want to hear it. These are the Rotten Tomatoes scores.
No, I don't want to hear
for Star Wars ranked. They actually go
for the films.
12. There's 12 of them. So you got the 11 films.
They put the Clone Wars in there,
and then they put the 2008 Clone Wars in there too.
That's fair.
Which I thought was a nice splash. But so let's start at the very bottom. Now, how do you want me to do this?
Are we just going to talk about it? You want me to guess?
Yeah, I want you to guess. So which one do you want to guess? Do you want to guess the title when I tell you the ranking, or do you want to guess the ranking when I tell you the title?
Oh, interesting. Tell me the ranking, and I'll guess which ones are which.
Okay, so at number 12 on the tomato meter, it's 18%.
I'm gonna guess that's the Clone Wars animated.
Yes, you got it. Ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding, ding. Which I thought was not fair. Why is anything that low? Like, I know it wasn't great, but it was also still good, right?
That's actually on our list of commentary that we need to do. I haven't seen it in forever.
Yeah, because wasn't it in
I don't remember. It was good. My little brother was obsessed with it, and we were just out of high school. Yeah, it was like college or something. And I took him to the drive-thru to see it, and he was obsessed. And I was like, I don't remember. Zero the Hutt. That's all I remember.
Oh, that's where
That's all I remember from that.
All right, 18% is fair.
That's fine.
All right, at number 11.
voice, I'm a Hutt.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
He sounded like Cartman.
Yes.
He's just Eric Cartman. Same voice actor, I hope. All right, moving along here. So you got 18%.
I know what's next.
Clone Wars. No, you don't. At 52%.
It's episode 1.
Incorrect.
Damn.
Uh,
My gut was episode 2, and then I quickly was like, wait a second. I think Tomato Meter is butthurt about the prequels, so it's probably 1.
I'm following. So at number 11, 52%. What's your guess?
My guess was 1, but what was it actually?
Incorrect. Keep going.
I have to keep going?
There's only so many films.
I know, but then okay. Well, I guess my next guess would be 2.
No.
Jesus. Solo?
No.
Is it Revenge of the Sith?
No.
Okay, I'm lost now. What is it?
Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, it's that low?
52%.
I thought that, for some reason, I thought that one was high-ranking, low audience score. I must have got it backwards.
No, it must be, backwards.
Okay.
So at number 10, which you weren't wrong, but I didn't want to give you the satisfaction. But also, well, I didn't want to give anything away, but also at 52%.
Oh, well, give me 52.3%? Come on, man. So it's episode 1? Is it down there?
Yes. So
Which
they both
I think is so unfair, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, yeah.
I have a problem with, well, I have many problems with Rotten Tomatoes, but one of them is like their rankings on movies that came out before they were even a thing. Like, was Rotten Tomatoes around in 99?
No.
Because I feel like them ranking episode 4 in the year like 2000 or something versus someone ranking episode 4 like the year it comes out as like a fresh critic is totally different.
Yeah.
So they are probably all just anti-prequel fuckfaces over there.
True. Moving along.
Okay.
So this everything beyond here is actually a tomato score. So it's not that Rotten Tomato. So at number 9 at 65%.
That's got to be episode 2.
Yes, which is
Can't believe it's
surprising.
higher.
Yeah, but it's surprising that it's that much higher too. We're not talking like a couple points. We're talking 13 points higher than episode 1.
Now, I do tend to like episode 2 more than the average Star Wars fan, but I don't think it should be better than. No way is it better than 1. Come on.
Yeah. At number 8, 70%. We're getting up there.
I'm gonna say 3.
No.
Okay, this must be where Solo comes in.
Yes, good call.
Okay.
So 70% Solo.
Again,
number
totally
8.
unfair. Totally unfair.
It's still a tomato, though. I don't know why the rankings go. I guess it's almost like a grade ranking, like in high school. Like if you get under a 60, it becomes a Rotten Tomato.
Yeah,
But above a 60, it's a passing. Yeah, I don't know. So at number 7, at 80%, another 10 points, we jumped. 10 percentage points. And this is, so I think 80 and above is called certified fresh. So these are where the movies actually are considered great.
Fresh. Ooh. Now, I know that the critics, I feel, loved The Last Jedi. So I don't think that one's in the mix yet. I'm going to say Rogue One?
No.
Damn. Return of the Jedi?
No.
Fuck.
Swinging and missing.
I don't know, man.
Episode 3.
Episode 3. Got it. Okay.
Which clearly, outside of Rise of Skywalker, they basically said the prequels suck. Now let's move on.
Yeah.
So, but I did like that even if it's, ranked middle, it's still certified fresh at 80%. So
Mhm.
Revenge of the Sith is the first one that is certified fresh in the Star Wars sagas. Moving
That's
up
good.
just 2 percentage points. Very close. At number 6, 82%.
Just tell me. It's so close.
And
I'm sure I already guessed it.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I remember seeing like original reviews back when those movies came out, and I feel like that one did get some hate.
Well, yeah, teddy bears. People are pissed.
People are pissed.
I'll just blow through the rest of these. Another 2% jump.
Let me quickly guess what's at the very, very top. I would say episode 5, and then 4, and then 8 are like the top 3 ranked. That's my guess.
Incorrect.
Balls. All right, go ahead.
So the top 3 are 5, episode 7,
Oh,
then A New Hope, then at 91% at number 4 is The Last Jedi.
okay.
So
That's
The Last Jedi, episode 4, Force Awakens, and episode 5 are all 90 and above. Well, 91 technically and above.
I'm cool with that.
Rogue One was the one in between where we ended off. So Rogue One's at 84%.
Okay.
So
I can live with those. I can live with all of that, man.
I thought it did say something though about The Force Awakens though. Being at number 2 at 93%.
Yeah, it's well, going back to the one of our earlier discussions about like the movie being made strictly to like remind you of fan stuff and like fan service versus telling a story and getting a little heartfelt and balancing the two. I feel like 7 did a really good balance of those. But then it's like, hey, Star Wars is back. Let's kind of like relay the foundation and then move forward. I feel like Ryan really did try to go into a more artful direction and try new shit and be like, a little more experimental with it, which is awesome. And it's just so frustrating to see like I can't believe how much the negative feedback made a difference for what they decided to do with 9.
Yeah, I guess from like a director standpoint for 8, it does feel it's obviously different tones, but it's not like small stuff. The entire movie, the flow, the cinematography, the color schemes, like they just were everywhere you look. It was like testing the waters. I loved the red and the black.
It was very stylized.
Contrast. Yeah. Yes, there you go. Thank you. It's just got a specific style about it that is very attractive, and it works so well in a futuristic retro space odyssey. You know what I'm saying? Like the black, red. You think of space and blood, and it's It's basically, Metallica Load just as a Star Wars film.
Yeah, man, it's the fact that they changed course for episode 9 is just so startling, and we didn't really get a sense of it in real time, I guess. Or maybe we did. I don't know. In real time, while it was all happening, I was like, it did kind of split the fandom, and I'm kind of annoyed, and I don't think Lucasfilm's going to like let this, sway their opinion, are they? They're just going to keep doing what they were planning on doing. Not the case.
So let me ask you something. What are your favorite planets? Top 3, not even planets that you want to live on. Just like, hey, that's different. This is fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Before I give you my 3, I just wanted to say an observation that I just made. Because the planets that came to mind immediately was Hoth and Tatooine. And I just thought it was interesting that they're the most like plain nothing happening planets.
Yeah.
But they popped in my head like right away for some reason. I don't know exactly why. Maybe because they are like
OT.
strictly their own thing. Not OT, fuck you.
They are OT. That's about as OT as you get.
No, I know, but the fact that it's like Tatooine is a desert, that's the only thing going on, right?
Yes.
Whereas
Us,
Naboo is like it's got a lot of different shit. It's got the underwater. It's got the
It's an actual
water.
planet.
It's like Italy. It's like Australia, whatever. Naboo, definitely. Let's do one at a time so I can think. Naboo.
Utapau easily. I thought Utapau was one of the most unique planets that I've ever seen, and it made me, in my own mind, made me think differently of what a planet could be. I thought that was really cool. When Obi-Wan was landing on Utapau and it went down into one of those fucking holes, and I was like,
right.
This is fun as shit. Let's fucking get to this.
Built like below the surface, yeah. Huh. Utapau is cool. I haven't thought about episode 3 in a long time, dude. We could play some OG Battlefront action. There's a couple other honorable mentions in episode 3 that are like really cool, but we don't see a lot. Like Felucia looked cool, but we don't really see it.
Good point.
It's like Ayla dies, and that's all you see.
Yeah.
You know, all that development of Felucia just for that like couple seconds. It's in Battlefront, I guess, but yeah. Man. Geonosis comes to mind.
Oh, I like it because it's not just a standard desert planet. Yeah, I like it.
It's like Tatooine with a little more thought behind it. Like it's a little bit more evolved Tatooine, if that makes sense. It's got the rings. It's got the droid factory. It's got all the bugs. The arena is fucking iconic. Say what you will about episode 2, but the arena and the whole attack at the end is iconic.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll throw Geonosis in there.
I like it. I'm going to throw a wild card out there because we were talking about stylistic stuff about episode 8, but Crate, fuck yeah.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. So different. You can eat the ground.
You can eat the ground. Just toss your fucking steak on the ground and
but you know
cook
what?
it up.
Like salt aside, like when you move the salt aside,
Throw some salt over your right shoulder.
Seabass is coming at our ass. But with the red ground below the salt, I always again, it's like a directorial.
Oh yeah.
Theme, contrast, style. I like it.
Yeah.
Great. I'm throwing Crate out there. Why not?
My next one is coming from Rise of Skywalker, and I'm really torn between Mustafar and Exegol. And I really like Exegol, but it is just a giant storm happening. And I think I want to say Mustafar because we see a bit more with Kylo, Reckon, Vader's castle's there, lava. And I want to say, Shinobi can correct me on this, but I was watching a Star Wars Explained has like every year he does a like Star Wars canon timeline from very beginning all the way to, as far into the future as we have with whatever is new canon. And he said in there from some old comics that it was a Sith that fucked up Mustafar to make it a raging lava planet.
Yeah.
Like that was like necessarily not like its natural state. And because of like Sith rituals or something or other, I can't remember the details, but they fucked it up. So it's like the whole thing is like Sith to the core.
Yeah.
Which is badass.
I was thinking about that same thing where like a planet might be negatively affected because of something that happened. Well, that sounds dumb, but my example is going to be Tatooine. We know that it had oceans.
Mm-hmm.
My thought was at some point the Tuskens had to have had cities or some type of communities. And I was wondering if, someone came from space and found a bunch of Tuskens and the only way they knew to deal with them was like just to burn the whole planet. And it became a big sandball and left them to die.
I almost wanted to say Tatooine just because of some of the new shit that we got.
I'm glad you didn't. I guess my third. This is hard because there are so many. Some shout outs would be Octo.
Octo was cool. Yeah. Camino, honorable mention to Camino.
Camino
I love
is
the
a fun
clones,
one.
but that's another one where it's like one environment. It's on the Hoth and Tatooine train there.
Yeah. Kashyyyk. Now we're getting
Yeah,
fun.
that's a good one.
Fun. Kashyyyk and Dagobah. Dagobah would be fucking fun. I'm just going to say
Bespin.
fuck it. I'm going to... Ooh.
But always we see a city floating above Bespin.
I mean, all you see in Camino is a city floating above.
I
Technically.
know. That's why I didn't say it.
Oh, that's why I didn't say it. Coruscant. You did it again, Corellia.
All we see is fucking.
All we see is just cities and shit. I'm actually gonna say Mustafar. Fuck it. I like Lava Planet. It's as
Hell
simple as that.
Yeah, man. I like it. I'm a fan. Now you kind of make me want to watch Rise of Skywalker a little bit. Just the intro, maybe. Just Kylo going on a fucking rampage.
Shinobi said something. Oh, the best part. Shinobi says the best part of Episode 9 is the additions to the Sith lore. That's a very valid point.
Oh yeah,
for its
100%.
fallouts, Episode 9 does teach us some shit and pushes our ideas to the brink of what's
and I think a lot of canon that's going to be coming up is going to circle back to 9 in little spits and starts, fits and starts.
Revan Battalion.
Dude, what do you think they're going to do with the remake, man? Is it going to be canon?
The remake of KOTOR?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a remake.
No, it's a remake. It doesn't say remaster. It says remake.
God, it's going to be a remaster though. Someone slipped. It's going to be a remaster.
I don't think so. I think they're going to ground up it.
KOTOR remake.
Shinobi knows. He knows.
Actually,
people.
didn't they already?
He knows Dave Filoni.
No, they didn't already.
I mean, it's been like HDified for when they ported it over to various platforms, but yeah, I just have no idea if they're going to be like true to the original and just make it look pretty and like some better gameplay, or if they literally are going to bring it into canon, and now that Revan has been mentioned in these few little places, they're going to, try to tie it in a little bit more. Retroactively. Retcon.
Did you know KOTOR was an Xbox exclusive game when it was launched?
Fuck yeah, I did.
Which makes it all the more jolting to learn that this remake will be a PlayStation and PC exclusive at first.
Really?
At least this is what the fucking thing I'm reading right here.
I missed that from the announcement, I guess.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I'm quitting.
That's okay. Xbox will buy Star Wars before the fucking game comes out.
They should.
All right.
They should.
Well, I hope that game comes quickly.
Yeah. Are you playing anything else?
Civilization 6.
Oh, yeah.
Going hard on that. It's a lot of fun. Super detailed. I played like 4 games, and every time I do things completely wrong, and then I like watch a tutorial and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes way more sense. And then I go back and fix it, and then I do some other 3 things completely wrong. It's really, really complex, which I love, but it's kind of hard to wrap your head around. There's so much things to think about. And then Elden Ring comes out Friday, which is the next Dark Souls installment. So looking forward to that. Yep.
God, that's a whole series I haven't.
Co-written or helped written or whatever by George R.R. Martin.
Interesting.
So I'm looking forward to that. It's like, consider it Dark Souls, but you can jump and it's open world instead of. I know that sounds silly, but there more platforming opportunities because you can actually jump. It's not sending you down like one path. So
that was always my biggest criticism as a kid when people were playing Zelda. You're like,
I remember you said that.
You can't even fucking jump. What kind of game is this stupid shit?
I
Even
know.
Mario can jump.
Because I've been watching a playthrough of Ocarina, and I remember you always saying that. And then also, somebody talked shit about that at Mass Effect when I first started playing that. They're like, jump. I was like, I can't. They're like, what fucking game is this in 2011 where you can't jump?
That's probably me. I hadn't learned anything for a decade. All I need to do is jump. That was the basis of the first game I've ever played.
When
Mario.
you grow up playing platformers, like, yeah.
Yeah, side scrollers. Your whole purpose to life is jumping. And then you want me to play a game where I got to fucking roll? No. No. Let me jump over the fuck.
Yeah, man. So,
Hmm.
you know what else I actually thought of the other day was like, go back and play some Dynasty Warriors. But I don't want to fuck around with that. I don't want to get into that. Elden Ring comes out, so I'm going to wait. A couple more days. I'll be playing that.
I threw on Battlefield 2042. It's hard as shit, dude.
Yeah, you finally played it. Is it any good?
It's hard as fuck. That's all I'm saying. I feel like I'm good enough in a general realm in the Battlefield games that even if I'm playing poorly, at least I'm killing a couple people, walking around. I couldn't kill anybody. I was just so overmatched. I walked in like I was a fucking child. I had no idea what I was doing. I must be missing something, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Or it is truly it is a lot more vehicle heavy, which is not good for me. So
I was never good at them. I was never fucking good at vehicles,
dude,
man.
and I hate it. I felt like Battlefield 4, it was a good blend. Like if you could win the game not jumping in a single vehicle, but if the other team is vehicle heavy, you play a different tactic. I haven't learned what that tactic is yet because I can't fucking even kill a single human, let alone a tank that's running up on me, and I'm fucked. I don't know.
Yeah, there are some games where I feel if you don't get in at launch, the entire community just gets, 100 legs up on you by the time you dive in. And that might not be the case, but I have felt that way in the past. Like, even back when Battlefield 5 came out, I feel like for one reason or another, I was like a couple weeks late, and I tried to pick that one up, and I just felt I couldn't do a goddamn thing. So I'm scared to even open 2042, honestly. I never ended up buying it.
Yeah. I see the potential. I'll leave it there. I have not. Yeah, and it is one of those. It feels not only vehicle heavy for war reasons, but vehicle heavy just to get across the map. They're so fucking big, and so just maybe it was simply the maps that I played were so big, but I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Jerk it off. Advertisement. Love my face.
I thought we were gonna have one live stream without Loveface XYZ coming into the fit. Loveface.xyz, jerk off advice, ! Wet girls are here. What's your favorite Star Wars film?
What if it is an actual person and this is their thing and they're like,
How does YouTube not have this more locked down?
I don't know.
Come on, guys.
Come on,
You're too busy canceling people. Get this fucking person off the
Too
platform.
busy canceling people.
Come
you
on.
can't get Loveface XYZ trying to teach me how to jerk it. Level up tips with the
See
jerk.
if we can have them guests on the show next week. All right, everybody. 292. A couple days away from Elden Ring and a couple weeks away from Batman.
Batman. I'm here for it.
I'm ready.
I'm here for it. That's it. That's all I want to talk about.
That's all we have to say.
Fuck 'em. Hey, take some cheese. Wipe my ass. Would you please? Take some sass off this stick.
I was gonna try to keep the beat going for you, but sorry, you opened with
Take some cheese.
oh man, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Stop recording. Not that I would ever have dreams of being an actor of any kind, but I feel like I would be horrible because I can't keep a straight face. If there's an inkling of humor, I'm laughing. I can't keep it straight. I would be the worst. I would be doing 40 takes of everything if I was like on Always Sunny. No way.
All the while.
All the while. It's science. All the while is like, I love those small lines that get thrown in. Like that's not the punchline, but all the while is like the funniest part of that whole scene.
Dude, where earlier that day did Will Ferrell hear someone use the word all the while and he just pulled it out of nowhere?
Yep.
All the while.
Yep. All the while.
It's ridiculous.
Oh God. I love it.